Hi folks, Joblot Comics here, having a look at Giant Size Defenders number 3. And again, an expensive book because, I don't know, why was this expensive? First appearance of Korvac, and then he was rumoured to be in a movie, and then he never arrived in the movie, and the book sort of is in that limbo period where he doesn't know whether it's a key or not. I don't know. I don't know. This is a facsimile anyway because it's too expensive to buy Giant Size Defenders number 3 just now, but you can get it in this format, which is much better. Let's have a look at the credits, and you'll see that there's quite a list of people involved in the production of this thing here. Steve Gerber, Jim Starlin, and Len Wein plotted this tale together, and then Jim did the the layouts. Steve wrote the script. Dan Adkins, Don Newton, and Jim Mooney finished the art. Charlotte Jeter lettered it. Glynis Wayne coloured it. Roy Thomas edited it. And aren't these credits ridiculously complicated? Yes, yes, they are, Marvel. Yes, they are. However, I do kind of appreciate the fact that they did acknowledge everybody that was involved in it. So Daredevil here, and sometimes he would pop up in the Defenders, sometimes he wouldn't. And this is Steve Gerber. You can see his hand all over it, although the sort of cosmic side of it probably all came from Starlin. There's Nighthawk and Daredevil. And again, double-sized annual, so there's quite a lot to get through here. And there's quite a lot of exposition. And there's quite a lot of metaphysics going on. So what does Steve Gerber do? He does what he really quite enjoyed doing. He did a whole just big block of text. Yeah. As if it was... yeah, I know. As if it was like a paperback. And this is something Steve did a couple of times in various different books, probably most notably on that issue of, was it issue 16 of Howard the Duck, where it was all like this. Something to do with the artwork not coming in time or something. So Steve just made it a kind of essay, I suppose, about comic books as they were. It was so strange. You can get it really, really cheaply if you're interested in reading a comic book that isn't really a comic book. That's the Howard the Duck issue to pick up. Possibly, when I say issue 16, it was meant to be the second part to a sort of Dr. Bong story. And then it never happened because of the artwork. And so he did a fill-in issue rather than just a reprint issue. And it's became a bit of a sort of classic, you know. Anyway, meanwhile, back to Defenders. What's going on here? I get no idea. Look at this goofball. Daredevil doing aliens and cosmic stuff. Nah, that doesn't work for me at all. Yeah, and I don't know if it's because I remember Daredevil from the Miller era being one of my favourite eras in comics, and just seeing him doing all this kind of stuff just seems kind of silly. I don't know. Submariners as well, fighting this giant lizard guy with a tail. Yeah, I mean, it was all going on in here. And there was plenty of room for it because, you know, it's a double-sized issue. Your usual lineup here. Here's the Hulk getting a bit of a bashing, which is very unusual. And then Doctor Strange doing his thing. He's more at home in this kind of stuff, I feel. But then I suppose the Defenders were always sort of... I always felt the Defenders were like the Doom Patrol. Marvel's Doom Patrol, but, you know, that's probably not very accurate. What's going on in the story here? I ain't get a clue because I haven't read this. I haven't read every single comic I got. I do try, but sometimes things like this slip through. Needless to say, Daredevil at the end here solves the whole thing with the flip of a coin. And because of his enhanced abilities that he can't reveal, he knew that way that was going to go. It's like a cosmic game sort of thing. Do you remember the Celestial Toymaker in Doctor Who? I get a feeling it's from that. Look at this here. It's a Golden Age reprint with Submariner doing his thing. So that's quite nice to see, because we don't see a lot of Golden Age stuff. There we go. And look at this. This is my favourite bit. An old Ditko Doctor Strange story, House of Shadows, a tale of eerie enchantment told in the Marvel manner. Stan and Steve and Sam doing the work on this. And bizarrely, yeah, it's a TV show. You see a reporter enter an actual haunted house and spend the evening there. Now, is it just me, or does this sort of preempt an awful lot of sort of modern, especially YouTube stuff? And they're still doing this. I don't believe a word of it. I just don't believe a word of it. But Ditko at his finest here, yeah, doing all this Doctor Strange stuff. There we go. I love Ditko's artwork. And if there was ever a character that was more suited to it, it was probably Doctor Strange, although I do prefer his stuff on Spider-Man. So, yep, there you go. There's some advertising. Holiday grab bag. It's a Christmas issue. And that's the facsimile reprint of the Giant Size Defenders number 3. It's a great way to buy this book because it's cheap and you won't have to spend a fortune on it for some just weird sci-fi story co-starring Daredevil. I don't know what they were thinking. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, you might subscribe to the channel. I hope you do. Best wishes to you from Scotland, and I'll see you all in the next one.